This is a short video to let you know why the prepayment electricity meters, the prepayment meters, are classed as illegal. So let's have a look. Is it illegal to cut off your electricity? Here we go. Let me just turn this around for you here so we can see it on your screen. So can you be cut off from electricity? Right. Now, the main points about this are that to cut off the supply, and when a prepay meter runs out or it cuts off, now that's set, and the rate and everything else is set for a cut off from the electricity company or the energy company. Okay, so look at this. If you don't come to an agreement with your supplier to pay off the debt, they can apply to a court for a warrant to enter your home to disconnect your supply. Okay. So what should happen? Well, what should happen is that it should be free, really, up to a certain amount. Watch another one of my videos for how energy is created. Though in the context of the framework of the energy companies and the law that they work in, they have to bill you for the energy that you've used. Okay. Now, if you then, within that framework, don't pay for the energy, they can apply through the courts in the law that they are abiding by to disconnect your supply. Now this means, and you can look through some more searches in your own time, but it pretty much is the same information that I've found repeatedly, that they have to apply to a court for a warrant to disconnect your supply. Now what that means is that the prepay meters are not an authorised way within that framework to disconnect your supply. There is no, they have to give 7-day notice as well through applying for a warrant to disconnect. Now, if your prepayment meter runs out, well, because the amount can vary and the timescales can vary, there is no 7 days notice. So it's not a valid way to disconnect your supply. There's no warrant through the aforementioned court within the framework that the energy companies and the law are working. So the prepayment meters are not valid. They've had them in for quite a while now, that people just do as they're told and they keep paying it even when they're in hardship. And what happens is when you're in such financial hardship, that you have to keep paying to keep the heating on, keep the fridge on, keep the cooker on so that you can cook a meal in your house. Well, you know, the energy company's profits are not a priority. Having a warm meal for your children, keeping your children warm on a cold night, even if it's not winter, you get cold nights, keeping your children warm and keeping people warm and having a warm meal, right, is more important than the energy company's profits. Right, so there you go. The general message is that they cannot, through the law that they're working and the framework that they're working within, cannot cut off your supply through any means other than applying through a court, get a warrant, give you 7 days notice, and then disconnection if you can't find another way to agree to move on from that particular point. Right, so the prepayment meters, the electricity meters and the energy meters, where they get you to pay, are nothing apart from a strategy to already get you to adhere, even when you're in a position when you can't. So the prepayment meters need to be taken out so that people are not held to ransom within their household. Torturing people for money. It's a disgusting behaviour, and this is why the energy companies make so much money. All the prepayment meters need to be taken out.